The birthplace of the American automobile, Detroit, Michigan hosts round 5 of Red Bull Global RallyCross. In the first 2 races in the Motor City, drivers must attack this fast, narrow course with endurance in mind. 5 races into the season, everyone is chasing the Hoonigan Ford Fiesta ST of Ken Block, whose round 4 victory, the second of his 2015 campaign, has cemented his points lead. Can Block make it 2 in a row, or will a challenger rise to take on the head Hoonigan? Let's find out. This is Red Bull Global Rallycross, Detroit. Welcome to Belle Isle here in Detroit. Endurance in the first races of this year was all about the boiling hot temperatures. But here today it's not so hot, but it's the track that's really going to come into play because, Anders, it's tight, it's narrow, it's certainly nothing like we saw in New River last time out.
Yeah, this track couldn't be any more different. This is all about the concrete walls. I think we're going to see a lot of really closely fought racing here.
And it's to keep the car out of the walls that's going to be the key, do you reckon?
Absolutely. That's so important on a doubleheader like this, to preserve your car. But that's easier said than done. We've seen these guys bash into each other, even in the heat races, so this will be intriguing.
Let's have a look at this 0.7 mile racetrack here on Belle Isle.
Well, it's a really long run down towards that turn 1, really hard brake zone. We're probably going to see a lot of carnage there. Then we have the penalty box on the left-hand side. Quick sweep through turn 2, then into that long sweeper turn 3, hairpin in turn 5, and then into turn 6. Then the Cobalt Tools Joker lap's going to be on the inside of turn 3 and gains you about 5 seconds. Then we're going to go over that long 210-foot jump into the gravel section, and the final 2 corners. Super quick track here at Belle Isle.
Now, Ken Block is coming into this weekend as the points leader. He started off his 2015 campaign down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with a tremendous victory to kick off the season with a maximum score. He donutted as usual, and he took super spectacular backdrop that we've got here, and this is what's going to happen today. We're going to have 2 semi-final races. The top 3 finishers will automatically go to the final grid. Those who don't go through will go to the last chance qualifier. The top 4 will then slot in to the back of the final grid. The grids for the final will be made up of 10 cars, and the racing will take place over 10 laps around this 0.7 mile circuit. And at least once in the race, the drivers must take the Cobalt Tools Joker lap. Now here is where we are with the points. Ken Block leading by a very strong 33 points ahead of Sebastian Eriksson, the rookie. Nelson Piquet Jr. third, Austin Dine, Steve Arpin. But just to give you some idea of what's remaining in this season, there are still 350 points still in play. There is an awful lot to play for. Now, the start of the race is really everything here in Red Bull Global Rallycross, and our other pit reporter, Will Christian, is down there to tell us more about the And here we are on the grids. There we have the first row, Austin Dine with Ken Block. Row 2, Sebastian Eriksson, Nelson Piquet Jr. On the third row, Sverre Isaksson and Joni Wiemann, the 2 Scandinavians at the back there with their Subaru and Ford respectively. What can Ken Block do down towards that first corner? Well, there is our championship leader after 4 races of the 12 here in 2015. The Hoonigan Racing Ford Fiesta. It really is at home, one could say, here in Motor City. But the man who's on his tail and is not far away with the championship chase is this man that we're riding with, Sebastian Eriksson, a rookie here this year, but a great start. He said at the beginning of the year, Anders, I love being under the radar, nobody is looking at me.
Yeah, exactly, and he doesn't have any pressure whatsoever, but the pressure is on all these guys right now. So much they have to do here as they're about to accelerate 0 to 60 in 1.8 seconds.
We're on board with Ken Block, bottom right. Look at the red lights when they go out. There's a break break, and then we will go to the green, and the first of our semi-finals is underway as we blast out towards first corner. Austin Dine getting squeezed, and there's action, and drama already, and there's a spinner, and that is Ericsson. He's just about got it back, but Block leads with Austin Dine in second place, and the pair of them have immediately taken the Cobalt Tools Joker lap.
And Sebastian Eriksson and Joni Weekman got into it with each other there in turn one, so that's big drama for the OMSE teammates. And look at that, Sverre Isaksson loses a part of his car and he spins!
Oh, and he spins, he's gone in the wall. Sverre Isaksson in third position, surely he's made a complete mess of the front right of the car. The steering won't be able to work, he'll have no drive at all. What went wrong as he got back onto the dirt as we catch up with Eriksson trying to chase down the rest of them? Drama right from the word go. Block and Dine go through the shop. There is Eriksson coming towards us, second in the championship at the moment. There is your reigning champion right behind him, Joni Weekman, as we are riding on board with Austin Dine, improving race by race.
And have a look at this now. He's working his way through turn 5, that really, really tough hairpin, up through the gears now as he's getting ready to jump over that massive 210-foot jump. Good launch there for Austin Dine as he's now into the gravel pit and towards turn 8.
Oh, Isaksson still stricken like a stranded car in the middle of the racetrack. They go off the dirt, through the dust, onto the asphalt here, back onto some different surface. That's made up of the concrete that otherwise is the IndyCar pit lane. And now they go down towards our first corner here in this 0.7-mile circuit. I remind you, the top 3 will advance. There's Block going out. Oh, there's Weekman. What a maneuver. And Dine runs out of road. And he has to completely... He's got a box of neutrals, but he's got it all back together. He's still in third. He will still advance.
What a massive move there from Joni Weekman. Just stuffed it up the inside so late on the brakes there into turn 3. What a move that was. But the guy we got to be watching right now is Sebastian Eriksson, who has still not done the Joker lap, so that could play in here.
And the Joker lap is worth, what do you reckon, Anders?
I'd say it's about 5.5 seconds, depending on how effectively you drive it, so he should be right in contention for the top 3 spots here.
Okay, time ticking away as Eriksson comes through this 5th gear corner, down a gear for the final left-hander. Nelson Piquet Jr. with the black and yellow car chasing him hard. He's in 5th position at the moment. Still Block leads it. He's away with it. These two haven't taken the Joker. They are now. Oh, that was absolutely on the limit. Look at the grip from the Ford Fiesta of Eriksson, and he's going to slot into 2nd place as he comes over the jump.
Look at that. That is a great move from Sebastian Eriksson and his spotters at OMSE. Absolutely vital that he took that right there to slot into 2nd place, because Weekman is a little bit quicker.
Weekman in 3rd, right behind his teammate, reigning champion from 2014, going up the gears and touching about 110 miles an hour as they come down this home straight. Another lap ticked off for Ken Block, who is driving like just brilliant here in 2015, the leader of the title chase.
We are, and we're also seeing a big domination here from Ford in this semi-final. Ken Block in that black and green Ford Fiesta, and then we have these 2 Red Bull cars of Eriksson and Weekman chasing hard, but absolute domination as we see now Piquet into 2nd place, taking that Joker.
Where did you come from, the others are saying, as the black and yellow SH RallyCross car comes into view, but Eriksson's having nothing of it as he's trying to hang it out as they come towards this brilliant series of last left-handers. We thought it would be difficult to come through there when we were doing a track walk yesterday, and as they see the white flag, 1 more lap to go, this is a race.
This is a proper race, and we're seeing the Cobalt Tools Joker lap more important than at any other track so far this year, and Piquet Jr. used that to perfection, and it does look like he's just a little bit quicker in that yellow Wix car there compared to Ken Block right now.
As they come around the fountain that was built in 1925, the modern technology is scrapping, and Piquet Jr. might he get the first position in this semi-final. He's only got a couple more corners to go if he can get past Ken Block. Let's see who comes out of this dirt corner first. It's going to be Block, fresh from a 2nd place in Rally America just last weekend, and he's got a couple more corners to go to win this first semi-final. But Piquet Jr., he has come alive here today. The transfer position, who's going to get 3rd position? It looks like it's going to be Eriksson. I rather fancy that it was Eriksson who just got ahead of Weekman on the line by exactly 1/10 of a second. But Block Piquet Jr., Ericsson will automatically now go to our 10-car, 10-lap final here in the first of our Detroit doubleheader.
And that is how close Red Bull Rallycross is right now. It is so closely fought, and I cannot wait to see the final. Ken Block there with a dominant victory, just carrying on that momentum he's had all season long.
Ahead of Piquet Jr. around this circuit as we catch up with our Royal Purple grid. On the front row, it's Scott Speed and Patrick Sandell, who's been electrifying around this circuit here today. Steve Arpin is right on his tail, together with Tanner Faust. And on row 3, our driver for the GoPro Course Preview, Bucky Lassick, and Brian Deegan, who is always going to produce a burn from the stern. Now there is Patrick Sandell. He's on the inside line, one could say, in towards the first corner. He's going to be a man to keep an eye on. There is Tanner Faust, two-time a Global Rallycross champion back in 2011 and 12. As we look on board with Tanner Faust, he was up here in the commentary position for New River a couple of weekends ago after there was all sorts of dramas with that VW, but I think they've sorted that car because, Anders, it might be fragile, but it's a quick motor.
Yeah, this is really VW's big chance to break through here and have a strong comeback as the lights are coming on.
Here we go. 4, 5. Wait for them to go out. Wait for the green. Second semi-final underway. Look at the start from Scott Speed with the blue Volkswagen Beetle. It's going to be Patrick Sandell who follows him through the first corner, and the door's been left open for Steve Arpin, who's surely going to take the Joker. Is he? No, he isn't. It's only Scott Speed who's going to take the Joker, and the rest are going the long way round. He's going to have an enormous lead, but a clear view.
And Scott Speed completely covered Patrick Sandell before that turn 1, so we now know how strong that VW Beetle is off the line, and now he's got clear view, no one ahead of him. This is a fantastic spot to be in right now.
Look at the lead as Sandell drifts it perfectly through the dirt, back onto the tarmac. That's second and third. The top 3 will automatically advance to the 10-car, 10-lap finale later today as we're riding on board with Tanner Faust down towards turn 1.
And now he's going to be hard on the binders here, trying to catch up to that car ahead of Patrick Sandell in the Cobalt car. Is he going to pick the Joker this lap? No, he's not. He's going to try and follow around that long fountain turn right there. And now he's going to come into that really, really tight section. Very important to use your handbrake smartly here. There you see down to first gear, around the corner. He's going to upshift the second, third, and now he's lining himself up for that long jump.
Yeah, they just check their pace just a little before they go over the jump. They don't want to bottom out on the way up as we have second place. Patrick Sandell comes past our camera and still Tanner Faust. It's one of the best shots of the year to see those cars drifting through the dirt as they come towards us.
And what's especially impressive is that these are slick Yokohama tires. No grooves in the tires whatsoever, which means that these drivers have to balance these cars with almost no lateral grip whatsoever as they power their way through turn 8.
650 odd horsepower. Who's going to take the Joker? It's Brian Deegan, and also Tanner Faust has taken the Joker. Will he be able to cut back into second place behind his teammate Scott Speed? Tanner Faust, the victor from Daytona earlier in the championship. He's in that second place with Deegan, but I remind you the others have yet to take their Joker, and it may well unravel them on the stagger.
And I think Patrick Sandell is in the catbird seat right here. He could be the spoiler of this event. He's 6.3 seconds back in the lead right now, so he's going to be very, very close to contending for the lead.
It's a 2-litre Volkswagen Beetle this year over the 1.6-litre turbocharged engine that they had last year, and there's a lot more torque available underneath the right foot for Speed and for Faust in 2015. It's got a shed load of torque. Now then, Speed continues to lead this race. Steve Arpin has taken the Joker. He's going to slot in behind Deegan, so he's going to slot into 4th position as he comes over the jump. Sandell there has yet to take the Joker. We're really going to have to keep an eye on the black and white Ford Fiesta.
But Sandell needs to take the Joker right now because now he's coming up to traffic. He is quicker than Steve Arpin, so he needs a clear view. So he absolutely needs to take the Cobalt Tools Joker lap this lap.
There you have it, first and second, then third, Brian Deegan with the Rockstar Ford coming through. Then you've got the orange Ford Fiesta of Steve Arpin. Is he going to go left? No, he's got to go right. The Joker has got to be taken by Sandell. He went in 5th position, 5.2 back. Here he comes, Patrick Sandell. Oh, and he leads! What a maneuver! Patrick Sandell, he really unleashed the power, but he might be losing the position. He's left the door open, but he just holds it. That's one of the of the jokers of the history of GRC.
What a strategic move from Brian Herta Rally Sport there, timed to perfection, and now they're leading and probably going to go on to win this final lap.
White flag being waved. Patrick Sandell, he'll be grinning like a Cheshire cat inside that Ford Fiesta because he was 5th to 1st with 1 usage of the Joker lap. That is what Global Rallycross Joker lap taking is all about.
Yeah, and it just shows again how important the Joker lap is at this track compared to most other GRC tracks on the calendar. He's going to go over the jump one final time here, and then we're good to go.
And those leading 3 automatically going to get a golden ticket onto the front of the grid for the final, and it's going to be Patrick Sandell who's going to take the checkered flag in this second semi-final ahead of Scott Speed and ahead of Tanner Faust as they come through these brilliant series of left-handers. Checkered flag, second semi-final goes to the Swede Patrick Sandell ahead of the 2 Americans, Speed and Faust. Speed and Faust must be thinking, what did I do wrong?
I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am to see this final. It's so tight now between the Ford and the VW Beetles. I don't know who's going to come out ahead.
That's a great drive by Patrick Sandell. Great drive as he went around the fountain to take that Joker lap. He wins ahead of Scott Speed and Tanner Faust. The Ford ahead of the 2 VWs. Deegan and Arpin then 4th and 5th. They will be going into the last chance qualifier that we will see later. Now let's have Rallycross new car for this year is yet to be absolutely tip-top. Now here is our LCQ. First row, Dine, Feeman, Lassick and Deegan and Steve Arpin. The top 4 over the line will advance, so somebody's going to go home crying.
Yeah, but the guy I'm looking at right now is Bucky Lassick. So far, there's only Fords and VWs qualified through to the final, so Bucky Lassick wants to have that Subaru in the finals.
Now Austin Dine has got a front row start here. He's going to be having a clear view down towards turn 1. He's yet to win a Global Rallycross final. He might get through to the final and turn it around. Yoni Veeman, he's on the front row as well. And here's Brian Deegan. He's always good for a burn from the stern, and he's always giving nothing less than 110%. Brian Deegan, multiple X Games gold medalist, and a man who has also won a Global Rallycross round. That was back in 2011. Here's the LCQ in Detroit. Wait for the greens. We go! As they unleash 650 horsepower. Weeman on the right-hand side. He's got the inside line for the first corner. Deegan right up on his tail. Has a bit of a wiggle. Is Deegan going to go for the Joker? No, it's going to be Weeman, followed by Deegan taking the Joker.
And that could be pivotal in this race. Deegan right now, if he's able to follow Weeman, could be in a great position here to capitalize on that. Weeman has been a little bit quicker as we now see them jump into that gravel section. So tough to keep the balance of the car here. Big slide for Deegan.
Great drive through there from Brian Deegan. Now these guys have advanced some 6 seconds or so ahead of the other drivers who didn't take the Cobalt Tools Joker lap. So they complete their first lap of 4. Weeman getting right on the edge of the limit. Maybe he's hitting some oil that has been put down by another championship here, but he's got it all in control. The reigning Global Rallycross champion leads this LCQ.
He's just got to keep it clean right now. He's got a good lead right now of about 6.2 seconds as Arpin has taken the Joker. I don't think he'll be able to do something. No, he's about 6.2 seconds. That means he goes up to 3rd.
Over the jump, nice landing. The suspension on these cars, absolutely fantastic. They're weighing just over 2,200 pounds in weight, 600 horsepower. The acceleration of these cars and the technology in these cars is... it's like a space race. It's from the moon, the stuff that we've got racing here in Global Rallycross in 2015. Arpin, he's going to be advancing, but there's still 2 more people yet to take the Joker lap, Dine and Lassick.
And Lassick really needs to find something right now if he is to do anything at all with Austin Dine. Austin probably should take the Joker lap right now just to bank that so he can get himself a little bit of track position. He's not going to do that, nor is Bucky Lassick. So these guys will keep fighting. 2.3 seconds separating them right now, but Lassick badly needs to close that gap down if he is to have a chance to progress to the final.
But the Subaru guys have really turned the car around. He had a big accident in an early practice lap yesterday, did Bucky Lassick, and he took a couple of corners off the car, and I was with the mechanics when he came back into the paddock, and they were, oh no, we are not going home early tonight. So it's a brave drive from Bucky Lasik, but he's got to take the Joker lap on this, the last lap.
He is, but Austin Dine has too big of a lead there. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything. Have a look at that. Bucky Lasik's car just weaving a little bit back and forwards on that straightaway as we see Austin Dine now going to dive into that Cobalt Tools Joker lap. There he is. He has no pressure right now. He doesn't need to push very hard. He's just got to bring the car home. Look at this. Brian Deegan, he is going to be so close. Can he do anything into turn 8?
So he slots into third position ahead of Steve Arpin as we're riding on board with Austin Dine. Quick flick of the gears as he comes back onto the tarmac. He's going to be advancing to our final here in the first of our Detroit doubleheader races that'll be underway in a few moments' time. So then, checkered flag going to Veeman, from Deegan, from Dine, from then Steve Arpin. That is your top 4. They will slot into the rear of our 10-car grid for the finale. They're home, they're safe, they've got a straight car, job done.
I think we're going to see a cracker of a final. Just looking at how tight this field is right now. I mean, all those Fords there in the last chance qualifier, so close to each other.
Veeman from Deegan, from Dine, from Arpin, Bucky Lasik unlucky not to advance with the brand new Subaru for 20. For Red Bull Global Rallycross, the final on the grid there, and this is how the Royal Purple starting grid lines up. On the front row, Sandell with the championship leader, Ken Block. Row 2, Sebastian Eriksson, the rookie, ahead of Nelson Piquet Jr., third in the championship at the moment. And then row 3, Faust and Speed, the 2 VWs behind those Fords. They are being chased by even more Fords. Austin Dine, Joni Veeman, and then Steve Arpin and Brian Deegan make it 10 cars getting ready for 10 laps. And Will is down around the grid, and I have to say, the atmosphere up here is great. Down there, it must be even better. Will?
Absolutely, Toby. I don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely beside myself with excitement for this final. It's going to be incredible, and it's going to be fast. We've got Ken sitting here who's looking to take his 3rd win of the series already, and of course Patrick's been extremely fast through the heats as well. It's an incredible grid. We've got the 4 Fords, and then of course we've got the Bugs that are speedy as well. I don't know about you guys, but I think this final is again going to come down to strategy in when they take that Joker lap.
Ken Block winding himself up. Look at you can see the tension in the car there, Anders. This is great onboard footage.
The intensity in the eyes there, just look at him as he gets ready here, just touching the pedals, pulling down the visor right now, getting the car into launch mode. Sebastian Eriksson here, just look at the eyes here as he gets ready for the biggest launch of today.
Okay, engage first gear, pulling the handbrake, bracing himself, making sure the crash helmet is all in the right position. 10-second ball gets removed at the front of the grid. Here is round 5. This is Detroit. This is Belle Isle. And we're under starters orders. When the reds go out, let's wait for the green. Ken Block on the right-hand side. The grey and white car is Patrick Sandell, who may have got a better start. But Ken Block's got the inside line for turn 1. And there goes Eriksson. And he gets shunted round. And it may well work. Everybody gets round turn 1. Sandell takes the Joker. Block gets kicked by Speed. And he's followed through by Brian Deegan. Those 4 have taken the Cobalt Tools Joker lap straight from the word go.
Scott Speed with a massive start there in turn 1. Look at this, there's contact. Ken Block and Patrick Sandell in that Cobalt Tools car getting together as they now slide through turn 8. Look at him working the wheel there, up through the gears, now down through that really fast turn 9.
On board with Ken Block, bottom right, just down 1 gear before the final left-hander. He nearly hits the wall. There's Patrick Sandell, the super flying Swede, former junior world rally champion. He completes the first lap of 10 here. He's got a clear view. He's taken his Joker lap. So what he's got to do now is go right around the fountain here. That's the longer way round here on Belle Isle. And he's got a clean view, but Block is driving to of course, be on the pace, but not overdrive and risk non-scoring.
Momentum is really on the side of Ken Block in that Ford Fiesta, but Patrick Sandell has been so quick all year long as we see a battle back here between Scott Speed and Brian Deegan sliding so sideways through that turn 8.
Now Ken Block, he took Henry Ford the 3rd word around this racetrack. Only yesterday morning, the big boss of Ford is taking a real interest in this Red Bull Global RallyCross Championship and in his rallying fortunes last weekend. Oh, Brian Deegan gets it completely sideways. He was all arms and elbows through there. Behind Brian Deegan, who is fourth, is the orange car there. That is Steve Arpin, the Canadian. Canada, by the way, only just over there. The Canadian in fifth place, but we are getting word that Yoni Weeman has taken the Joker. He's just on the right-hand side of your screen, and he's slotting in front of Brian Deegan, so he goes to fourth position. Or does he? Or does he?
He's going to have the inside line now into turn 8. Can they go side by side? It hasn't been done yet. Oh, they are so close to making contact. Can he do something now into turn 9? This is astonishing racing we're seeing at the moment.
And that's great driving from Brian Deegan because he knew Weeman was there and he gave him space.
I've got so much respect for what Brian Deegan is doing here. He's not a full season competitor. He's just doing the odd race here and there, and what he's been doing is just fantastic.
So then, leading this race is still Patrick Sandell. He was leading at New River 3 weekends ago, but there was a red flag after Brian Deegan had a big off, taking a corner off his black Fiesta, and then on the restart, Sandell didn't get the rub of the green. So there we have Yoni Weeman, reigning champion, yet to win a global rallycross final. Yes, you did hear that right.
Can you believe it? He's been so strong, so consistent always, but he's never won a final, and that's got to be the number one thing on his mind. This year so far, he hasn't been in championship contention, so the win has got to be the number one priority on his list. As we go on board now with Tanner Faust, look at the visibility. Almost no visibility whatsoever out that windshield there of that VW Beetle as he pulls through the gears and heads into turn 1.
Tanner Faust victorious in the first of the 2 Daytona rounds a few weeks back. So he knows he's got the speed in that car, and his teammate Scott Speed is continuing to slot into second position behind Patrick Sandell. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth as they come over the jump there. Seventh, that is Ericsson. Then PK Jr., birthday boy today. Oh, look at this! Steve Arpin side by side with Yoni Weeman. That is the battle for fifth position as the Canadian and the Finn go head to head.
Yeah, the Canuck is on fire right now. He struggled a little bit, but look at the gap that Patrick Sandell has pulled out right now. 2.2 seconds. The guy we need to keep an eye out for, though, is right here, Sebastian Eriksson. He's about 10 seconds behind the leader, but if he does the Joker right, he might come out in the top 3. He's not going to take it this lap, maybe the next time by.
It might just be a little bit too long to take the lead. What do we reckon the Joker lap advantage is? 5.5, maybe 6 seconds or so. He's got a lot of work to do as they come around the long way. Great slide by Sebastian Eriksson. I remind you, a rookie in this year's title chase.
He is a rookie, but he is not driving like a rookie at all. He is driving way beyond his years, but look at this. PK Jr. just sliding it so sideways through that gravel pit. And again, these guys are on slick tires, not a single groove on these tires, so going through that gravel is extremely challenging.
Nelson PK Jr., Formula 1 driver, GP2 driver, done a bit of NASCAR nationwide stuff, winner of the very first Formula E championship only a couple of weekends ago in Battersea Park as we're riding on board with Ken Block going over the jump. This is a big hit and a great jump, and then he lands so softly and now onto the dirt.
Oh, look at this battle back in the field here. Scott Speed is holding up Nelson PK Jr. and Brian Deegan in a big way here. Oh, PK Jr. locks everything up. Oh, carnage.
So there's a problem with PK Jr. It's broken. Oh, has he got going again? I think he had a box full of neutrals. Amazingly, he's got going. Steve Arpin is in the middle of the murk and the dust there. So there is Faust, PK Jr. and then Sebastian Eriksson. And I remind you that Eriksson has yet to take the Joker. He's the third in line here, the blue hood on that Ford Fiesta.
He needs to take it right now because he's got traffic. There he is. There he makes the move. Goes into the Cobalt Tools Joker, and now is his chance to pounce. Can he get up into the top 3?
No! Block leads! He's taken Sandell! And he's got ahead of Sandell, so there's a change of the lead. New leader, Ken Block leads ahead of Patrick Sandell. Sandell must have had a problem off camera there. Sandell's got a problem. He's not accelerating as well as the others. Scott Speed can't get past. He's pushing, he's nudging, he's pushing to try and get through. And this is Christmas for Ken Block. He's running away with it. I think Sandell might have a puncture. He might have a rear right puncture. There's something wrong with the car. This is cruel luck for the Super Swede. It's limping. He can't get it through. Oh, 2 races in a row and Sandell, it all goes wrong.
Can you believe it? All the momentum, all the speed that Patrick Sandell and that Brian Herta Rally Sport Foundation have had this year, and they just haven't been able to capitalize. And this is going to allow Ken Block now to pull away in the championship, as we see just a massive jump there over that massive Ericsson jump.
We're on board with Ericsson there. Oh, there's a crash there on the left. Somebody was riding up the side of Austin Dine. It was Tanner Faust with the VW who had action and contact there. There is Scott Speed in second place. Tanner Faust is trying to loop it to get round. Oh no, he's got suspension broken. He's out of the race. Tanner Faust non-scoring here this afternoon in Detroit. The last lap is started. Ken Block has a lead of 3 seconds ahead of Scott Speed, and Ken Block, wow, what a turnaround that Ken Block has had with just half a lap to go.
And Toby, this is Red Bull Global Rallycross at its finest. It's so unpredictable. We literally will not know who's going to be the winner until the final corner. Look at this, change for the top 3 here.
And there is Sebastian Eriksson. He's taken the Joker at the very last chance, and he's come up to 3rd position. Brad Egan battling to go through, but it's Ken Block who's going to win. Ken Block wins in Detroit, the first of the double headers, and Ken Block is the most successful global rallycross driver ever, with now 6 wins. Second place across the line is Scott Speed with his VW, and Ericsson gets 3rd, but it's all about the Ford Fiesta of Ken Block here in Motor City. Round 5 of the Red Bull Global Rallycross Championship in 2015 has just been won by Ken Block. It's his 3rd victory of this season, ahead of Scott Speed and Sebastian Eriksson. Deegan, what a great fight back he had from the back of the grid, and Joni Wieman, the reigning champion, slotted into 5th position. But the drama was all about the closing stages.